In this video, I want to talk about subnetting variables. The first subnetting variable we're going to talk about is the CIDR or subnet mask. Then we're going to talk about the network ID, broadcast IP, first and last host IPs, number of usable hosts, and number of bits borrowed. Every single subnetting problem that you will be asked to answer is asking you for one of these 7 variables. That's it. You'll never be asked for anything other than one of these 7 variables. And you can calculate all of these variables with 4-function math. So let's look at the CIDR or subnet mask. So here we have a network. It is a simple network. It has one subnet. Now, it is a 10.0.0.x network. Now, if you look here, that X can be represented by one of these numbers over here. So this subnet ranges from 10.0.0.0 to 10.0.0.255. And so the 0 is inclusive, and so you have 256 total IP addresses that you can assign to hosts. Now, keep this number in mind, total hosts. Just keep total hosts in mind. We're going to introduce a new concept later on, but for right now, just keep in mind total hosts, 0 to 255. Now, this network is called a /24 network. This /24 is the CIDR. Some people say CIDR, but CIDR or CIDR, either one works. This is a /24 network. Now, let's make 2 subnets. Do you see what happened to the CIDR? Went from /24 to /25. And now we have 2 subnets. We just subdivided this network into 2 smaller networks. The first network, the IP addresses range from 10.0.0.0 to 10.0.0.127. And then in the second subnet, those IP addresses range from 10.0.0.128 to 10.0.0.255. And both the 0 is inclusive, and so each subnet has 128 total hosts. You're welcome to count to verify, but you'll be here a while, so we're going to move on. This is a /25 CIDR, /25. So we started out with a /24. We created 2 subnets, and now we have a /25 CIDR. Now, let's look at what happens to the CIDR if we make 4 subnets. So we moved up again. We went from /25 with 2 subnets to /26 with 4 subnets. And each of these subnets has 64 total IP addresses in it. The first subnet ranges from 10.0.0.0 to 10.0.0.63. The second subnet goes from .64 to .127. The third subnet goes from .128 to .191. And the fourth subnet, the IP addresses range from .192 to .255 for a total of 64 hosts in each block with a /26 CIDR. Now, what is a CIDR? Well, a CIDR, or a subnet mask, identifies the network portion of the IP address. That is the part of the IP address that identifies the network and identifies the subnets that belong to a network. That's the network portion of an IP address. Now, the CIDR, or CIDR, or CIDR, either one. The CIDR is the number of ones in 4 binary octets. So you write out, remember this from your number conversions, you write out 4 binary octets. Just make 8 dashes, then a dot, 8 more dashes, then a dot, 8 more dashes, then a dot, then 8 more dashes. And if you're given a /26 CIDR, you write in 26 ones. So you write an 8 here, 8 here, 8 here, and then 2 more in this octet right here. And then, if you want to convert that to a subnet mask, then you simply do your just normal binary to decimal number conversion. So here's the question. So if this example right here is a subnet mask, what is it in decimal? So you're given a /26 CIDR. You have 26 ones, so you're given a /26 CIDR. And let me ask you a kind of a quiz question. How many subnets do you have with a /26 CIDR? Do you remember? I'll give you a minute. Turns out you have 4. So, /26 CIDR. So, it's 26 ones. Then you convert it to decimal. So, what is it? Well, what's 1111 in decimal? Well, you should know this from your number conversions just right off the top of your head. It's 255. So we know this subnet mask is 255.255.255. something. So what's this place value right here? It's 128. And what's this place value? It's 64. So what's 128 plus 64? It's 192. So this CIDR of /26 converts to 255.255.255.192. And again, why is it /26? Well, you just count the number of ones in the subnet mask. So here is some bonus questions. How many total hosts are in each subnet of a /26 CIDR block? How many total hosts? Well, the IP addresses will range from 0 to 63. So how many is that? You can figure that out in your head. The second question, what is the subnet mask in decimal for a /27 CIDR block? Some of you, very few of you, but some of you may be able to do this in your head already. So /27, count out 27 ones. So you know it's going to be 255.255.255. something. So what is that something? Well, what is 11100000 in decimal? Well, let's see. You would need to add 128 plus 64 plus 32, and that'll give you your answer. Now, look at this last question. How many total hosts are available in each subnet with a /27 CIDR? Just take a guess at this. This is for where y'all are at right now. This may be a bit tricky. But remember, we started out with /24, and there were 256 total hosts. We went to /28, we went to /25, and that brought us to 128 hosts per subnet. We moved to /26, and that brought us to 64 total hosts per subnet. So just look at the pattern and take a guess. If we move to /27, how many total hosts will there be? Well, let's take a look at the answers. Turns out 32 total hosts in each subnet for a /20 with a /27 CIDR. And again, take a look at this. 128 plus 64 plus 32 is 224. So the subnet mask for /27 is 255.255.255.224. And this first question was probably the easiest one. 0 to 63. 0 is inclusive and 63 is inclusive for a total of 64 hosts in each subnet with a /26 CIDR. So, going from CIDR to subnet mask is not difficult. Check it out. Here's the problem. You're given a /28 CIDR, convert it to subnet mask. So, all you do is you write out your binary octets, write your 8 dashes, then write in 28 ones, just like this. Now convert to decimal. You already know that 8 ones is 255, so you know it's 255.255.255. something. So with that last octet, all you have to do is add 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16, which equals 240. So what's the answer? Figure that out right now. Let's move on to this question, the bonus question. how many total hosts are going to be in each subnet? Look at the pattern. So we went from /26 with 64 to /27 with 32. So /28, take a guess at that. Now, give the Y on the bonus question for the mega bonus question. Let's look at the answers. If you guessed 16 for total hosts, you got it correct. So here's the mega bonus question. You may have already known this if you already looked at videos on the internet now, but the place values 1, 2, 4, and 8 are available for hosts in the first octet. So 0 through 15 for a total of 16 hosts. 16 hosts. So why? Because 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 15, and 0 through 15 is a total of 16 numbers that are available to assign to hosts. So that is why. And then if you had 240 in that fourth octet here for the subnet mask, you got that correct. Now, let's go from subnet mask to CIDR. So here's the problem. You're given a subnet mask of 255.255.255.248. Provide the CIDR. Well, start with step 1. Make your binary octets. Make 8 dashes, 4 sets of 8 dashes. You already know that 8 ones is 255, so you already know the first 3 octets. So write in 8 ones in the first 3 octets here. Now you just have to figure out that fourth octet. And so look at your place values. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 equals 248. So you know that this last octet here is going to be 1111 1000, and you fill that in all the way, and so that's your CIDR. Now, here's a question. How many total hosts? I'll let you figure that one out in your head. You can pause the video if you want to. And then the second question is, give the Y on the bonus question. And again, if you want to figure that out, go ahead and pause the video. But we're going to look at the answers now. So, look at this, /29, that's correct. It's 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 5, 4, 29 ones, so a /29 CIDR. How many total hosts? Well, you only have, all of these ones are used to create subnets, so you only have 3 digits in binary left to create numbers to give out to hosts. And so 4 plus 2 plus 1, 4 plus 2 plus 1 equals 7. So you have the numbers 0 through 7 for a total of 8 numbers to hand out to hosts right there. So that is CIDR and subnet mask. Next we're going to do network